Hi Virgo, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. And this is your annual forecast on love 2015. Virgos, I think you are one of the zodiacs which has one of the most transformational, exciting love year in 2015. Now, you have Pluto that is there in Capricorn in your love sector, and Pluto is associated with renewal and rebirth, and it represents endings, new beginnings, a lot of transformation. Pluto is a planet of truth, and whichever house that Pluto transits, it tends to bring about a lot of change, a lot of transformation that is required in that particular house. And for you, the entire year, Pluto is there in your love house. Pluto, in any case, in Capricorn is going to be there till 2023. And that is quite a long haul. So there we can expect overall for all zodiacs a lot of transformational time, a lot of change. Pluto is quite a strong planet, and even though it's quite far off, then the effect can be quite subtle, but the energies of it can be quite destructive at times as well. And the area of your life where Pluto transits, it can bring about some amount of upheaval, it can bring about power struggles, it can bring about obsessive qualities, and also a need to be finding deeper meanings and to be exploring and examining as to what it is that we really want out of life in that particular chart that it highlights. So Pluto is going to be there in your love sector, and it is there in Capricorn, the cardinal sign, till 2023. And during this entire time, Pluto is going to be focusing there on your physical realities of life, as to how it is that your love life, your relationships are structured. What are the changes that you need to be bringing upon? And Neptune is there in your relationship sector, while Uranus continues to be there in your intimate sector. So it's quite I think all very powerful planets with Pluto, Neptune and Uranus, and Neptune being there in your relationship sector. And Neptune, as we all know, besides being inspirational and a very spiritual and compassionate planet, it also brings about a lot of fogginess with it. You really can't see clearly as to what it is. So in your relationship, you could have been experiencing, or you could have been seeking more clarity all these years. And with now Pluto coming in over there in your love sector, I think there is going to be, Pluto is sort of going to be harnessing all this Neptunian energy for you, I think, which is a good thing. And even so, it is not going to be allowing you to stray. For those of you who are in committed relationship and have been wanting to take your relationship to another level, this is the year when you're going to be very clear. It's going to be pretty much a do or die, and you are going to be seeking or even demanding a commitment, and you're going to be very clear, despite Neptune being there in your relationship sign and you sort of floating along with it all these years. Pluto is really going to be coming and asking you, listen, that if it is not for good, do you really want it? And what do you want to do with it in the long run if it is not there for good? So along with it, and Uranus being there in your intimate sector, and Uranus, as you all know, is this bad boy, or rather wild boy of astrology, creates upheaval, wants a lot of excitement, is not stable. And in your intimacy sector, it could be that your sex life could be quite wild at this point of time, or you could be wanting more or an exciting sex life at this point of time. It could also be that you could be seeking some form of maybe something, you could be in and out of relationships with multiple people as well, and they could be it could just be a purely physical relationship, and you could be wanting that experience or that excitement, that heady rush could be quite exciting for you over there as well. However, there is a lunar eclipse which is there in your intimacy sector in September, and this is a time where you will realize that For some of you, if a relationship has to come to an end, it will happen during this lunar eclipse. And this is a time where you'll realize that either it is everything or it is nothing. And you will realize, even for a lot of you, I think the clarity will be wherein that you will be able to differentiate that if it is only a physical relationship or whether it is more than a physical relationship for you. So that big clarity, that sort of fogginess will, move away in September for you. And Pluto, like I said, he's there in your house, which has to do with love, it has to do with children, it has to do with creativity. And Pluto also rules over trust, it rules over sexual unions, fidelity, joint finances. Lottery is another form of profit sharing. And Pluto is going to be helping you focus more on your commitments, on passionate relationships. And it is also going to be healing old emotional wounds through very joyful activities, and it's going to be helping you taking time to smell the roses. It's going to be helping you turn your favorite hobby into a proper career for yourself. So you could be converting, say, maybe a passion into a full-time career. Maybe it's something that you really love doing, and even you've not been able to, or you've not even been, been thinking about it. But Pluto is going to be helping you convert your passion, something that you really love, transform it into a full-time career for you. And Pluto also, like I said, despite Neptune being there in your relationship sector, Pluto is also going to be bringing about clarity and really making you see, grounding you and asking you those questions, that what is it that the relationship really is doing for you in reality? Or is this what you want for yourself? What your partner is giving you? Is it more that you want? I think for some of you, it could be the other way around. Maybe you have not been committing yourself to your relationship. Maybe you have not been putting yourself that much into the relationship that you should be. And this is the year again of transformation, wherein Pluto is going to be asking you to transform and to harness your energy more into your relationship in a more focused way. Now, Saturn has entered Sagittarius. He's left Scorpio. He's not too happy being in Sagittarius in 2015. And he's there in your home and family sector in 2015. And with Saturn here, you could feel slightly being confined at home. There could just be a sense of feeling suffocated, and either it could be just by the people around you, or it could just be the space. You could just feel as if the space is not enough for you. Maybe you want to, maybe you look at changing your place. Maybe if you're sharing a space right now with somebody, you may want to move out and look for a space for yourself. And some of you could even move to a smaller space, and you could be downsizing. And it could be that with family there could be some strained relationships at this point of time, and you will realistically evaluate at this point of time whether they have been positive contributors to your life, and you will be letting go of things which really don't, say, it could be that some of you could be really feeling the weight of the family responsibility at this point of time, and you could feel that it's really sort of dragging you down. And some of you may just choose to sort of let go of certain, not responsibilities, but maybe if you have been overthinking about it, over worrying about it, you will just sort of put an end to saying that, I don't think so. I can be sitting and dealing with so much in my life, and there's just that much that I can be dealing with at any point of time. And Pluto is going to be there in your sector that, like I said, has to do with your love, relationships and children. So if there are any, if you do have kids, they could be, you can expect some amount of power struggles with your children and just a sense of control with them, and you could feel that you have a right as a parent to be saying this or to be having a say in their lives, but you may just find yourself being pushed back. And Mercury is going to be going retrograde. Mercury in fact goes retrograde thrice this year, and when he's going retrograde around he's going to be going retrograde in a sector which rules your parents around mid-May, and this is the time wherein that you could have some problems with your parents. You may not see eye to eye with them, you may not agree with what it is that you say, and Uranus is still there in your house of intimacy, in your house of sharing of joint resources and other form of joint finances and profit sharing. And you could find this time that while you're just having to struggle to have your share. You could feel that you're not either being paid enough, or you may feel that responsibility of joint finances lies more heavily on you. You could just feel a little peeved by it and just think that I'm sharing the larger brunt of the responsibility. And there could be some amount of even though your sex life can become more exhilarating, but you may find that chaos and sexual problems, there could be some changing intimacy needs, or there could be some fidelity issues as well. And as far as, however, your teamwork and friendships are concerned, they could be that would stay positive for you. So you can expect support from your close groups of friends, and you will feel you're able to confide. And even at work, you'll find it very conducive. That your team is a great sense of support for you. Now, Neptune, like I said, Neptune is there in your house of relationships, and Neptune can somewhat romanticize the concept of marrying your best friend. So for those of you who are not really married, you may just sort of think about marrying a very close friend of yours. You may think the idea is you may rather explore the idea, and it may seem like quite an interesting idea to you to be getting married to your friend. And like I said, Neptune tends to bring about a lot of idealism with it. So careful of being lied to, or being deceived, or not being told the complete truth. So keep that in mind, and try not to get very confused while making a decision. So have a great 25th. Pleasure speaking with you, and I'll see you soon, and thank you so much for watching.